anytime I sit down and put some thought into who are some of the absolutely most insufferable, self-righteous, douchey establishment Democrats, someone who is always near the top of my list is New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. After being single-handedly responsible for removing Minnesota Senator Al Franken from Congress, who, then she had the audacity to run for the Democratic nominee for president a few years back and would send me fundraising emails. And I would always respond with, I will donate to your campaign the moment that Al Franken is restored to his seat as senator for the state of Minnesota. I dislike her strongly. I dislike her self-righteous bullshit. And so she appeared on a radio show for public radio host Brian Lehrer, Lehrer. He interviewed her today, Thursday, June 26th. And the two discussed Zoran Mamdani's victory in the New York City Democratic mayoral primary on Tuesday. And it's a call-in show, so people can call in with questions. And the conversation on the show became tense at times after the host tried to fact-check Senator Gillibrand when she said that Mamdani had made past references to globalizing jihad. And she pushed back by insisting that Mamdani should clearly denounce calls to globalize the intifada, which he refused to do. As with many terms in that area of the world, different people define that word in different ways. And it's defined one way on one side and one way on the other. Then they took a phone call from Gabe in Jersey City. Gabe in Jersey City, you're on WNYC with Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Hello, Gabe. And then Gabe said the following. Hi, good morning. Thank you for taking my call and my question. I wanted to ask two very pertinent questions about the threats facing the Jewish community, unfortunately, from Zoran Mamdani. There was a bill that I was reading about that, unfortunately, he wants to target synagogues and Jewish institutions which donate to nonprofits, which are medical institutions like United Hatzalah and Megan David Adam, which is like the Jewish Red Cross. So how do we make sure that Jewish institutions are protected from Mamdani's plans to punish and fine our institutions that fundraise for medical nonprofits, which do work both here in the United States and in Israel and other countries in the world? And also, how can we hold Mr. Mamdani accountable for his glorifying association of Hamas and other terror bombings of the Intifada in the 1990s, where over 1,000 Jewish Israelis were killed, to his revisionist Holocaust knowledge, to the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising where Jews were mass exterminated and faced threats. He compared when Jews were killed to when Jews fought back against Nazis. It's quite despicable, I'm sorry. Who do you think Gabe really was? And who do you think gave Gabe that question to ask of Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who had already accused Mamdani of supporting a global jihad? This campaign is going to be fucking ugly from the right. It is going to be just as ugly from the left. Kirsten Gillibrand is a Democrat. Do you think she pushed back on this caller? Gabe, thank you for your call. There's a lot in there, Senator Gillibrand, some of which may be inaccurate. So I don't know. I can't fact check everything in real time, he said. But do you know any of that to be inaccurate or accurate, including the original premise that Mamdani is somehow targeting synagogues if they contribute to certain organizations in a way that he could hurt synagogues? I just don't want to give out information that's false, but I also don't want to shrink from that information if it's true. Very responsible host right there. Gillibrand said, well, the caller is exactly the New York constituents that I've spoken to that are alarmed. They are alarmed by past public statements. They are alarmed by past positions, particularly references to global jihad. This is a very serious issue because people that glorify the slaughter of Jews create fear in our communities. So now Mamdani is glorifying the slaughter of Jews. This is from a Democrat, a New York Democrat establishment. The global intifada is a statement that means destroy Israel and kill all Jews. So these are the kinds of things that if Mr. Mamdani is elected our mayor, he will need to assure New Yorkers that he will protect all Jews and protect houses of worship and protect funding for not-for-profits that meet the needs of those communities. Those are things he will have to do as our mayor. The host followed up. He would certainly say that he has committed to protecting all Jews in New York as mayor. Do you doubt that? He has said that explicitly. She said, well, one of the issues I did talk to him about yesterday was exactly this issue, and he has agreed to work with me on this and to protect all residents. Then why the fuck did you just say what you just said? He told you personally yesterday. This campaign is going to be just as ugly from establishment Democrats as it's going to be from Islamophobic Republicans. So this is something I care deeply about, and so I will be an advocate for these issues. These are things that I think are important to New Yorkers. And I will work with him when he gets elected. Seriously, if he's advocating for the slaughter of Jews, you're going to work with him? He either advocated for that or he didn't, Senator. He told you yesterday he would protect all New Yorkers, including Jews. And then you come on and say he supports global jihad and the slaughter of Jews. These fucking people. Are you gaining some insight into why I feel the way that I do about New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand? Later in the program, the host returned to the topic. Senator, on Mamdani, I just feel compelled to say that we can find no evidence that he has supported Hamas or has supported violent jihad, as that caller was asserting. Can you find such evidence, Senator? Again, Brian, I don't have all the data and information, and I've never sat down with Mr. Mamdani. She just said she spoke with him yesterday. So I've asked to have that meeting. I'm going to have that meeting. If you were Mamdani, would you have a fucking meeting with this lunatic who just accused you of supporting global jihad and slaughtering Jewish people without any supporting information on a radio show that millions of people listen to? And the host was like, I don't find any evidence that he did what you just accused him of doing. And it's not like you said, I disagree with him on tax policy, so I'm going to have to sit down with him and have a conversation about his tax policy. A United States Senator for the state of New York said that Zoran Mamdani, who's very likely to be the next mayor of New York City, she said he supports global jihad and the slaughter of Jews. Wow. I wasn't going to donate to his campaign. I am now.